The Book of Enoch is an ancient sacred text that contains the mysterious, untold history of man, but was intentionally banned from the Holy Book. Recorded in the pages of this forbidden book are so many shocking events and revelations that unravel the secrets of humanity's dark past. In fact, would you believe it if you were told that many of us are descendants of some aliens, the first civilizations that set foot on Earth? Why was the book removed from the Bible? What are the disturbing revelations hidden in its pages that have long been hidden from us? Moreover, this book was widely accepted and read by early Christians and Jews, but eventually it was banned from the Bible. Be sure you watch this video to the end, because what you're about to discover will change everything and reshape your understanding of history. Who were the first civilizations to live on our planet? There have been so many accounts of history of humanity over the centuries. History has it that humans evolved from primitive hunters into advanced civilizations who constructed pyramids, designed calendars, and left behind ancient writings. And they continue to evolve to the present day. However, what if the narrative is not as straightforward as it seems? What if the accounts of the sudden transformation of the ancient people, with their tales of gods, giants, and incredible intelligence, were more than mere human evolution? Something must be missing. Suddenly, in 1946, a completely different account of human history surfaced, challenging not only conventional knowledge, but also the history we were taught. Sadly, this extraordinary account has continually been ignored until now. Early that same year, a group of teenagers were tending their sheep near the ancient settlement of Qumran, what is now called the West Bank. To pass the time, they played with stones and explored the desert terrain. During one of their stone-throwing games, a stone landed in a dark cave, resulting in a loud shattering noise that startled the teenagers. Despite feeling a little bit scared, their curiosity led them to investigate, and they were shocked to discover a collection of large clay pots. Little did they know, this discovery held great historical significance. Inside the pots were hidden a series of ancient scrolls. Over time, various archaeologists, historians, and treasure hunters found additional fragments of scrolls in 10 other caves, bringing the total to almost 900 manuscripts. These manuscripts became widely known as the Dead Sea Scrolls. Interestingly, among these manuscripts were substantial portions of mysterious religious text, the Book of Enoch. The oldest known copies of the Hebrew Bible and other non-biblical artifacts were among the discoveries. What was the Book of Enoch all about, and who wrote the book? Dated to around 200 BCE, the true author of the Book of Enoch remains uncertain, but it is believed to be the work of different authors over hundreds of years, with each portion added separately. However, it has been traditionally attributed to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah in the Bible, who was said to have been taken up to heaven by God and given a glimpse into the universe and the future of mankind. Also, Enoch was the seventh of the 10 patriarchs who existed before the flood in Genesis. For reference, you can see that in Jude chapter 1, verses 14 and 15. Though Enoch was the father of Methuselah and the grandfather of Noah, however, this book is not the biblical story of Noah's Ark. In fact, the Book of Enoch provides an entirely different story. The Book of Enoch consists of 5 sections: the Book of Watchers, the Similitudes of Enoch, the Astronomical Book, the Book of Dreams, and the Epistle of Enoch. The first section, the Book of Watchers, which is the primary focus of this video, details the birth of the Nephilim, the giants who emerged after the fall of the angels. According to the scrolls found in the cave, the fallen angels, also known as the Watchers, were sent to Earth to watch over humans at some unspecified time in the ancient time. However, over time they abandoned their role as watchers and began to have sexual contact with some of the humans, mostly women, which resulted in the procreation of what we now know as hybrids or crossbreeds. But the Book of Enoch calls them Nephilim. The Nephilim were described as giants and savages and were a threat to mankind. However, compared to other humans, they possessed a higher level of intelligence, which was inherited from the fallen angels. Angered by what the Watchers had done, God sent the watchers to an underground prison deep within the bowels of the earth. As recorded in 1 Enoch 21:10, they transgressed the commandment of the Lord and were therefore put in prison. This place is a prison house of the angels. They are detained here forever. Enoch became the mediator between God and the imprisoned watchers, but nothing changed. The scrolls vividly described Enoch's journeys between heaven and earth as a mediator, how he flew with angels and saw the rivers and the mountains and the very ends of the earth from above. Despite Enoch's intervention, Yahweh decided that the planet and all its inhabitants must be punished. Of course, the punishment was the Great Flood. Here's an English version of a quote of what's inside the book. Then Uriel said, "Hear the angels who cohabitated with women, appointed their leaders, and being numerous in appearance, made men profane, and caused them to err, so that they sacrificed to the devils as to gods. For in the great day there shall be a judgment, with which they shall be judged until they are consumed, and their wives also shall be judged, who led astray the angels of heaven, that they might salute them. And I, Enoch, I alone saw the likeness of the end of all things, nor did any human being see it as I saw it." But before the flood, Enoch had already been transported to heaven in a chariot of fire. Now that wasn't the end of the Nephilim in the Bible. Nephilim was mentioned in the Bible several times. According to the Book of Numbers 13:33, a report from 10 of the 12 spies was given of them inhabiting Canaan. They were described to be so large that they made the Israelites look like locusts. Of course, many things in the Bible have been interpreted as symbolic in modern times, and the Book of Enoch is more of a philosophical myth than a historical record. But no, this was real. In similar or identical biblical Hebrew term, translated as Nephilim by some scholars, or as the word fallen by others, appears in the book of Ezekiel 32:27, as well as in the deuterocanonical books Judith 16:6, Wisdom 14:6, Sirach 16:7, and Baruch 3:26 through 28. Who knows, the famous giant Goliath could be one such entity. You might be wondering, how is it possible that the people who died in Noah's time during the Great Flood were still referred to as living in Canaan years after? The most reasonable explanation is that one or more of Noah's descendants aboard the ark was a Nephilim. It is most likely that there was a giant among them, or perhaps sneaked aboard as a stowaway. So do creatures like the Nephilim still exist? Before dismissing this as mere fiction with no evidence, consider the possibility that there could be. In fact, throughout human history, there have been numerous accounts of giants. One renowned traveler and explorer, Marco Polo, even documented his encounters with a race of giants in Zanzibar, who possessed such immense strength that they could effortlessly carry 4 ordinary men each. While the people of modern Tangier, Morocco, claimed that the founder of their city was a giant named Antix, an Irish myth tells a different tale. According to this myth, the massive Giant's Causeway on the northeast coast of Ireland, which consists of over 40,000 interlocked rock columns, was built by an Irish giant, Finn McCool, to cross the sea to Scotland to fight another giant. Apart from those legends, ancient Greek mythology is full of stories about giants. Perhaps if giants existed as records from countless cultures suggest, then the Book of Enoch begins to look less and less metaphorical, but like a manuscript based on actual history. Who knows, many of the heroes and giants we celebrate these days with extraordinary features could be the offspring of this angelic human species. By the way, legend has it that Enoch is the founder of astronomy and the one who compiled the solar calendar and many more inventions. It is quite surprising to know that an important book such as this could be banned from the Bible. Many have claimed that the Book of Enoch influenced the Book of Genesis due to similar narratives. Remember, God created Adam and Eve and placed them in the garden. God told them they could eat anything they wanted in the Garden of Eden except for the fruit from the tree of knowledge. That tree can be linked to the Watchers, who brought advanced technology, exposure, and knowledge to human beings who were ignorant of many things at first. When the two tasted the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they were said to become aware of each other, and Eve conceived a mixed seed that combined the divinity of God plus the carnal desire of the devil, the fallen angel. Reading the story of Adam and Eve this way makes it easy to see the parallels between the story itself and the Book of Enoch. Fortunately, her second seed wasn't a crossbreed, but the hybrid seed killed him. Don't you think you'd likewise need to trace out your lineage to be sure no one is a hybrid?